Welcome to Backstage at Conversions. I'm here with Simo Ahava, who is a senior data advocate at Reaktor. Simo, thank you so much for coming all the way from Helsinki to be with us here at Conversions at Google today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Great, and it would be great if you could tell our audience a little bit about who you are, what you do, and about the company you work for.
Yeah, sure. So my title is Senior Data Advocate, 3 words that really don't mean anything. I was allowed to pick my own title, so that's what I came up with. But I work with clients. Reaktor is a fairly big Finnish IT company. We have offices in New York and all around the place, but we do tech solutions, you know. If a client or customer has a problem, we try to solve it with tech. And my role in that machine is figuring out like how does data fit into all of that. And a lot of coaching organizations, and like I spoke about today, just talking about how organizations can mature with data.
Please tell us just the headline about what you talked about today on stage.
Yeah, so the headline was meaningful data, which is about as ambiguous as my job title, but it was mostly about how do we as organizations, and we have all this data, how do we turn that data to actually tell something about our organizations? So how do we look beyond the kind of default and customize and all that kind of stuff?
And what kind of projects are you working on at the moment at Reaktor?
Let me say, like, what I used to be working is a lot of developer stuff. So I did a lot of front-end development and mobile development. And lately I've shifted towards organizational transformation. So talking to all the levels of an organization, trying to figure out how does data fit into your daily routine? How does data fit into your measurement plans and your growth ambitions? And how do we turn that data and how do we make it more meaningful? So it's organization coaching is a lot of it. Sounds a lot like hand-waving stuff, but there's a lot of tactical things as well, going back to how to implement data collection in a way that it becomes more meaningful.
And tell me, what are some of the biggest obstacles that you're seeing organizations faced with regards to kind of how they handle data and how that affects how they improve their mobile conversions?
Well, I think it all boils down to communication structures. You know, organizations are complex machines, and over the years, an organization that goes unchecked and kind of is at the mercy of its shareholders, these silos emerge. So we have all these stereotypical, we have the marketers, we have the developers, and we have the PR and HR, and then we have the designers, and they rarely end up talking to each other. And the biggest obstacle, like, whenever we try to build something, if we don't have the support of the entire organization behind that effort, it's going to be really, really difficult to make an impact. So it's kind of rewarding to look for those problems because it's kind of a therapeutic thing. You know, you're sitting like this with stakeholders of an organization and talking to them like, how are you? You know, why aren't you talking to your friends? Why aren't you like, why are you so self-obsessed with your own little cocoon that you don't add that transparency that's actually relevant? So a lot of the problems, people try to blame the tools. They blame Google, they blame Adobe, they blame the cloud as a paradigm, when in fact the problems are almost always with an inflamed relationship within the organization. So these silos that we build up, and it's an interesting problem to solve because it hasn't been solved. It's not like a puzzle. It's just a wonderful opportunity to do a lot of work these days.
Simo, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being with us here today. Please tell our audience how they can find out more about your thinking.
You can follow me on social media. I'm active on Twitter. That's Simo Ahava, like my name, the handle. And I also have a blog, simoahava.com, which is about all things web analytics development, mobile analytics development, data in organizations, anything that rings a bell.
Thank you so much for being with us, and have a safe flight back to Helsinki.
Thank you very much.
All of today's talks will be published on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/conversions@Google, and you can check out Simo's talk there.